Is yada? You ain't know? Listen, if you hear any noise or voices in the background, if you can and have the willpower, disregard it. Listen, all right, quick video if I can make this real quick, okay? I'm gonna brush up and clear the air, you feel me, a little bit about, okay, there's been a lot of talk on like probably TK and YT and probably, probably FB that they, I've seen some things on YT and stuff about the videos about specific what individuals are talking about, the white people, and like the black people and like the Latina people and white people is talking about how they ate a problem and everything. And listen, I'm gonna clear this air, okay? All right. And what all this is and what it is y'all may be feeling, okay? And then then you got the Asians and certain they talk about blacks and Asians and certain ones, okay? Listen, beautifuls. Okay, you can say Korean, it don't matter to me. You feel me? My whole thing is, you beautifuls, okay, we are not equal. Okay. There was a pink brethren, okay. He said, he was speaking and talking about how, white people were the problem and everything, and how he said, how they're this and that, and how everybody's equal and everything. And listen, we are not equal, okay? All right. Even individuals my complexion, okay? Even individuals darker than my complexion, okay? We are not equal, okay? If there was a land of one specific complexion, they'll still probably do stuff to each other too, okay? They probably still try to enslave each other and stuff like that, okay? So like I said, like the little quote from Marcus Garvey and stuff like that, when he said, if we go to back of Africa, we're not taking all the Africans, because if they're no good here, they're gonna be no good over there, okay? Ain't that the truth, okay? Lightweight, okay? Here's a little thing, okay? You got to know, the thing is, when I say we are not equal, I'm specifically saying all of us have we all have a different degree of consciousness. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, that's why, you feel me, you can't say, you feel me, so it's not called white. The individual, the species is pink. Okay, I'm copper colored. Okay. White is all the colors in the universe combined. Okay? And then you got to know black is the absence of light. Okay? You feel me? You're dipping into awareness in a sense. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. You can't really, you feel me? I went with the BLM. I went with the Black Lives Matter. Okay? I went with it. I'm with all lives matter. You feel me? So my whole thing is, you feel me? When the times that we seeing, you feel me, is so beautiful. I'm not, you feel me? I don't hate nobody, okay? All right. So let me tell you a little something, okay? Now, when over, and I'm just say Asians or whatever, you feel me? In a sense, you feel me? Okay, Asianic or whatever, or couldn't even say that, huh? Couldn't even get away with that. Okay. So basically, Asians, certain complexion and everything. All right. And they wanted to boot a certain complexion, you feel me? You got and try to blame a coronavirus on them. Okay, the thing is, what we're dealing with is individuals that don't want to take accountability and those that are taking accountability. Okay, what we're dealing with, you feel me, it's not about complexion. This is, you feel me, a human is a human. You got certain individuals going around that are not human. Okay, they're a different species trying to masquerade as humans. They don't want to lose their power. Okay, they're going to be exposed. They're trying to, you feel me? Okay, listen. I love Trump. I love Biden. I love Obama. Okay, I love Putin. Okay, I love Kim. You feel me? And you feel me? You feel me? The thing is, what boils down is to their actions. Okay, that is what, you feel me, they could be getting the consequences of. Okay. The thing is, are they going to take accountability for what they did, or are they going to keep trying to live in denial and really get big repercussions? Okay, all right. So that's what I'm saying. You feel me? Even over, you feel me? It don't matter. The thing is, the ones that have education, the ones that are, wisely educated and they take accountability. I kind of like, Balson, or he would like to call Professor Balson. You feel me? I'm known as street professor. Okay. So the thing is, I kind of, I kind of listen a little bit what he's dropping the gems on. You feel me? My thing is like, you feel me? And you feel me? I'm waking up to, you feel me, more. The thing is, knowing that, you feel me? First of all, you feel me? I'm not black. Okay. If you want to call me, I'm indigenous. You know what indigenous mean? The etymology? Sprung from the land. Okay. Native. Okay. You feel me? In courts, you feel me? You say you're indigenous. You feel me? They can't try to use them certain rules and regulations on you and certain laws on you, man-made laws, okay? Because they're false, okay? So the thing is, listen, beautifuls, I'm not mad at the public officials. My thing is about the getting on the actions and how they're treating people and thinking they're above certain ones. You feel me? Certain ones have a certain position that aren't educated enough for that position. You can't handle that position. They just use it for a sense of control and power. You feel me? Certain ones like to take certain positions behind closed doors so they can try to control others in finances and stuff. Okay, there's big consequence for that. I love them. Okay, I do. I love them. The thing is, when it comes to, are you going to take accountability? Okay, because soon as you don't want to take accountability, enough said. Something gonna happen to you. You feel me? You feel me? You better be respectful before you get disrespected. You feel me? So there was a time where I was, shout out to one of the pink ladies. You feel me? Pink lovely ones. I appreciate the ones that are exposing exposing what they had to do and what was hitting and stuff. I like that lady. She was like, what's wrong with me being pink? And then she was talking about how can you discover land when it was already here. And I shout out to that elder lady type thing. And I like how she was dropping the gems. Okay, and there was a time when I was on drugs and dough and I was on crack, whatever, and there was a specific lady that was a little darker than my skin complexion. She told me something, and the thing, until this day, I'm trying to figure out, is she right? Because my thing is like, I would like to try to prove her wrong. The thing is like, my thing, okay, because I was trying to hit the Pyrex, I wasn't trying to hear nothing, even though we was in a pink lady, residence, even though they had an Arab type of, culture, who want to claim the Indian running stuff, you feel me, they about to get a rude awakening, and the thing is not about that, it's about those take accountability, those not taking accountabilities, okay? We aren't equal because we have different degrees of consciousness. There are individuals, my complexion, that are no good. Okay, they're sellouts, just mean, and I'll get on them for trying to hurt one of the pink brethren and pink sisters, or another complexion. Okay, because a human is a human. Okay, so the thing is, she said, the lady, she told me, and I was just trying to hit the Pyrex, and she told me, she was like, there's 3 things you need to know about white people, and I'm like, okay. I was like, what is that? She said, they'll turn on you. They'll tell on you. Other than that, they'll give you anything in the world. And I thought about that. And I just thought about that. And I don't, like I said, I got love for everybody. Is who's going to take accountability for what has happened. The thing is, there has been CURSE things on individuals, lines, bloodlines. They had to clear that karma. Do you know when the certain ones that were darker than my complexion and everything, during those days of real hard ignorance, where they was dragging a certain one with wrapping them up and covering them up or whatever, and dragging them on a horse on a rope and scraping their body on scraping their skin, you feel me, until they couldn't scream, until they couldn't scream. Long miles. Do you know how much it hurts to even scrape your skin? You feel me? So that certain lineages got hella karma to pay up. This thing is, the universe is paying. Everybody's getting. If you better pay, you got to pay off your karma. You got to pay. You feel me? Because the universe ain't playing with none of us. Okay. So like I said, Latinas, whatever y'all want to say. You feel me? Not all of the those if you, not all of that specific raise. I don't want to get into that. It's certain ones that are prejudiced. Not about being racist, about being prejudiced. Okay, so just about, you feel me? We all have different degrees of consciousness. It's who's going to take accountability and who's not. Okay, those, you feel me, is about love and those that have the lack of love. Okay, we got to get the ones that are not, that basically have the lack of love, and we got to just show them tough love. I'm not taking that disrespect. Okay, so I love y'all. Stay accountable. Find something safe to do.